Hello everybody, and welcome to week 3 of the Rainbows and Happiness, Coffee and Card. My name's Linda Ellis. I'm from lindaspapercraft.co.uk. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and all the links to my Facebook page, website, etc. are in the description below. If you're new to my website and you haven't already subscribed, I'd really appreciate if you do, and if you enjoy the video, a thumbs up will help the algorithm as well. So this week we are making this little card, a little something to brighten your day, and again the designer series paper is doing all the shouting on this card. In your pack you got a full pack of this designer series paper, so you've 4 sheets of 12 different designs. There's 48 different double-sided sheets of DSP, and then I've just used a white blank so we can write a little note card on here. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's get started. Now in your pack you will have got yours is still in a paper bag. I am liking these as a new way of packaging, so once the paper bags have been run out, I will move on to doing this to package your cards in, so we're using less paper. So you've not got much in your pack because you've already got the full pack of the designer series paper. So again, stitched So Sweetly framelets, my favourite die set. So that's the biggest one there, and we're going to decorate that with some designer series paper. Small piece to do the sentiment piece on, and then you've got a piece that's 10 centimetres by 14.4 that's going to go inside this card. In addition to this, you are going to need 14.4 by 10 centimetres of designer series paper to go on the back. You can use this one or you can use a different one. The base card is Melon Mambo, really vivid pink, and then so that's 10 by 14.4. This one is 9.2 this way by 6.2 that way. If you're using a pattern that doesn't have a direction like this one, it doesn't matter, but if you've got one that does have a direction, you need to make sure it's 9.2 wide by 6.2 tall. So I've already cut those out, and I'm going to make the sentiment piece first. Oh, the other side of that one, where so you're hunting, it's got the I was going to say they're clouds, but they're not, it's sunshine. Oh, that's pretty. On the bumblebee. Okay, so that you can find it easily. So I'm just going to start by stamping on the little white piece. I've given you plenty, so if there's any issues with your stamping, you can do it again. Chucking my stamps around, and I'm using the Bermuda Bay ink pad because it turns with the paper, and also it's one a lot of you I know have got, and I'm using the stamp A Little Something to Brighten Your Day. So just, there we go, just inking it up gently and popping that round about the middle. So generally I stamp first and then cut or punch, so you can actually line up what you've done, what you've stamped with the die, so you get it nice and central. Particularly on smaller pieces like this, actually making sure it's in the right place, it's easier if you've already done it, and then you can position the die around it and anchor it down if you need to. So again, we're just using the little die cutting machine. So, which is here. Okay, and so I've got the platform there and the bottom plate, and then I'm putting my paper on, and then I'm going to line up the die around it. Now because it's got the sort of straight lines here, I'm putting it at an angle. It tends to die cut better if you put it at an angle rather than putting it parallel to the rollers. So I am happy with that, so I'm going to pop that through. Just hold the handle to keep it still, and there we go. All the dies go through this little one, although on card 4 I've used one on a full-size card front, so that would need to go in the bigger machine. So, but certainly if you're starting out, this is a useful little machine to buy, and it's quite inexpensive actually for a die cutting machine. So there we go. So I'm just going to pop out our little rainbows. If you're feeling really adventurous, what you could do is cut these out in different colours and then stick them back in. Just need to put a piece of card behind to stick to them. But I quite like that you can see through that. Okay, so now we just need to put it together. So let's see. Right. Usually on a card, one bit is slightly prouder than the other. It's because it's very hard to get that score line exactly central when you're hand making cards. So I always put the longer piece at the front because it then makes it easier to open. Sort of a byproduct. And I'm just popping the front up. This is just opening a little bit. I'm just going to use my bone folder just to increase this crease a bit more. There we go. Okay. And I'm going to pop this piece on the front now. I'd forgotten why I'd glued this then, just for a second. Distracted by the view out of the window. Everyone's coming home from work. There we go, so a nice simple card really. So we're now going to stick this onto the framelit. Again, I use liquid glue in most of my card making because I like being able to sort of wriggle it around a little bit to make sure that I've got it perfectly straight just where I want it. So, and it should have, at that side, it should have an even border all the way around to the stitching. Just juggle it before you press it down. Once it's pressed down, it's in place, and on this one I'm going to stick that straight down onto the back of... Actually, I'm not. I'm going to lift it up a bit. This one is flat. Okay, and this is on dimensionals, but I'm just going to lift this up a bit because I think just to increase the contrast between the two. So, just going to pop a few dimensionals on. Couple in the middle. Let's pop those in the recycling. Make sure my rainbows are the right way up. Yep, card's opening that way, so I'm just going to centre that. Now it's not an even border all the way around, it's a bigger border left and right than there is top and bottom. There we go, and then two-dimensional or not two-dimensional? So the original one is on a dimension. I think I'm going to stick with it. So again, I know I'm like a bit like a broken record, but if you're posting this, you will need a large stamp, large letter stamp in the UK, because it's thicker than 5mm if you're putting extra dimension on. But I like the way the rings go, leaving the gap between there and the designer series paper behind. Okay, so hubby's back from flying. Just give him a filthy look to make sure he doesn't say anything. Right, there we go. So that's it, finished. So that's card 3 of this month's coffee and card. So if you've enjoyed this video, please do a thumbs up underneath, and if you haven't already subscribed, then please subscribe to my channel, and I shall see you all next week. Take care. Bye.